Success begins with people. The Shingle principle, respect every individual, challenges us to create workplaces where everyone feels valued, empowered, and heard. Let's hear from the team at OC Tanner, a leader in building meaningful workplace cultures. Their insights show how respect isn't just a concept. It's a daily practice that drives engagement and success. Join us for a closer look at how respect every individual transforms organizations one person at a time. I'm first joined by Gary Peterson, a 1999 Shingle Prize recipient. I asked Gary how the Shingle model, and specifically the principle, respect every individual, has helped OC Tanner develop their systems and tools. Thank you, Gary, for spending a few minutes of your time today. I'm with Gary Peterson from OC Tanner, a 1999 Shingle Prize recipient. Today we'll discuss how the Shingle model, and specifically the principle respect every individual, has helped OC Tanner develop their systems and tools. So thank you, Gary, for taking a few minutes of your time.
My pleasure.
How has the Shingle model helped OC Tanner over the years, and specifically, how has it helped them with results?
When we were first transitioning our business from a very top-down, controlling, autocratic culture where the lead, the supervisor, the manager lived very large, team members basically just did what they were told. We were trying to figure out how to turn that upside down to where team members were more engaged in the problem solving and seeing opportunities and making the work better for themselves. And as we were trying to figure out how to do that, we stumbled upon the Shingle model. And this was about the third or fourth year of our journey. This is what we've been looking for. This is how we want to work. And the people immediately latched onto this idea of, I have something to give. It was the management who we needed to help be different. We needed to help them change and think less of themselves as the answer and more of a coach and a teacher, someone who could teach their people how to be more creative in their problem solving. So the model guided us as we looked at the principles, and we said to ourselves, these are the classic behaviors that we would like all of our people to exhibit here. Then do we have systems in place that actually make it easier for people to behave that way? We want to make it more difficult to behave the way that's not appropriate, more easy to behave the way that is appropriate. And the systems can really drive that if they're designed well with the principle in mind.
So thank you. Can you describe a couple of those specific systems that are connected to respect every individual to help model their behavior towards an ideal way?
Yeah, I think some of the systems that we have that definitely demonstrate respect, of course, our appreciation system. Appreciation is our brand. We believe that our people do better when we acknowledge the great work that they're doing. We celebrate it. We talk about it. We pat each other on the back. We shake each other's hands and say, man, you really matter. You really do a good job around here. Coaching system is another one that really matters. Just getting team members and their managers talking to each other, connecting as human beings and really seeing each other for who they are instead of as an object. You report to me, you do what I say. We get past that. I think our coaching system helps with that. Our idea system certainly says that if you have something you think would make the business better, that you think would provide more value for the client, that you think would make it safer for the team members, that you think would make it easier for the team members to do their job, let's implement it. Don't tell a manager and ask somebody to do it for you, but write it down on your idea card, talk about it with your team. As a team, make that idea fantastic and then implement it. So the idea system moved us from someone feeling like they would say to me, hey, Gary, it'd be nice if, I say, yeah, hey, write that down and solve it as a team. I think the idea system helped with that. I think the other example that just comes immediately to the top of mind is our strategy deployment system, which helps every team and team member feel a connection to the strategy map. I matter, and the company has things they're trying to accomplish, and I understand what those are, and I see how I connect with that, which I think is very respectful of a person to have them feel like I matter to the strategy of this company.
Everyone, not just the manager.
Every single person. Yeah.
So the four you picked are really interesting and really unique. The first one was appreciation, and it's what you do as an organization, but when you appreciate your own employee, there's an obvious benefit of that individual, but there's also a very strong connection to how clients feel when they get appreciated.
Yeah.
So when I get it, I know exactly how our customers feel when they get it.
And so to that point, when we're celebrating some great accomplishment, or even a small accomplishment, but everyone feels good about it, it's always very good from a purpose standpoint to say, that feeling we're feeling right now, that's what we provide the world. That's what we do every day. Boom, it just got magnified.
The second one you chose was coaching. And the initial inclination is to think how the coach is helping the team member, which they do. But tell me a little bit about how that coaching system helps the coach.
Yeah.
Their role.
So I think the foundation of our coaching system is a genuine interest in the success of the individual. So if I'm approaching it from the standpoint of I want to help you succeed, I want to help you be your very best self, then I'm looking, I'm listening, I'm trying to understand, I'm seeking some sort of direction on how I can help you. But I think the most important thing that happens in that conversation is the connection, where I'm really seeing you as a human being and you're seeing me as a human being. Therefore, I move out of this mode of directing and telling, and more I'm treating you almost like a family member in that I care about you genuinely. So we can really talk about things instead of the weird, awkward manager-team member relationship that I think typically exists.
I'm sure that role that both of them evolves over time. It strengthens, and the coach and the individual obviously benefit.
I think a new team member who comes on board, I meet them, I talk to them, they're surprised I know their name. They start talking to their coach, their manager. They're like, this is not like anything I've experienced before. This isn't the way work typically goes. I think it's fun to watch the shades come off of their eyes over the first few months as I start to realize, what is this place?
I bet you can see them stand up and you can see them, the wheels are turning. Very different what they're used to.
Yeah.
Then you chose the idea system, and the idea system, of course, having them come up with an idea and present it to their team and not simply throw it out there as a suggestion for someone else to carry.
That's right.
It's more than a suggestion, that you're willing to voice it out to the team and get their input and also help implement it.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than a suggestion.
That's right. We were doing a frontline panel for some visitors where they were asking them questions. And one of the people asked a team member, what do you do if a team member puts a really bad idea on the board? And I was listening, I think I'm fascinated. I don't know what the answer to this question is. And the team member was like, I don't know, bad idea. There are no bad ideas. We can take anything and make it powerful. And I'm like, wow. So that shows that they really believe that they're meant to do great things.
And they intuitively understand all this stuff. I want to ask a slightly different question. It's been great so far, so thank you for your time. But I think you've already provided an answer to this, but I'll still ask it because you provided an example of how you treat people as a new employee.
Yeah.
Say hello, get to know their name. But can you provide an example of how you personally live this principle of respect of the individual?
Yeah, I think it's very important that they see from me, the top leader in their organization, that what they see in my face and my expression when I look at them is confidence. That I believe in you as a team member. I'm counting on you. And this thing you just did, fantastic. Thank you so much. I think it's important that what they get from me is a sense of their importance in my eyes. And I want them feeling like when they come to work, they're counting on me. Honey, I got to go to work. I got big things to do today. And the company believes in me. I think helping each of our teams feel like they're running their own business, this is yours. You decide, you create more value, do it the best way you can. That's all I want them to feel from me. That and a genuine care for their well-being.
We're touching a little bit of the other principle, which is hard to decouple, but lead with humility. But you said it and with a confidence, and you believed in your heart that they would, and I'm sure they always did. But did it come with a little bit of, I wonder?
When I first moved into manufacturing, I came from marketing as a change facilitator, and I really didn't know anybody in the factory. It was an awkward situation at first. Within 2 weeks, I was saying to my friends back in the office, holy cow, the people on the factory floor, it's the best kept secret at O.C. Tanner. These people are smart, they're capable, they're able. I immediately sensed that they had more to give, that they knew what they were talking about, and that if we just asked them, if we just tapped into them, they can make great things happen.
And they did.
Yeah. Actually, they've astonished me. I felt like we presented to both management and team members, hey, here's a new way of being. Here's a new way of running a factory. And I thought they'd pick it up and run with it, but they've actually just sprinted with it. They've taken off. They did so much more than I thought was possible. I'm very proud of, impressed by the way they picked up the ball and ran with it. Very much.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And it comes from understanding these principles at a deep level and living by these principles.
I think so. And I think the more that team members see management living the principles, believing the principles, never doing anything that says, oh, that principle doesn't matter in this case. I think the more confidence they have that I can trust them, the more they can just let go and make things happen.
So I just have one final question. Can you give our viewers one piece of advice related to this principle that we might not have covered so far? One piece of advice. Is there one thing you could tell them as it relates to respect every individual?
Yeah, I think it would be I think as human beings, we learn to look at other people and judge them. to judge maybe their worth, judge their value, judge what do they bring to the table. And I would say you got to learn to suspend that. One, none of us are actually very good judges. None of us are qualified to do it. I would rather suggest that we approach every conversation with the idea of, I think you have something where you are better at than I am. I'd love to figure out what you're made of and what makes you tick and what do you bring to the table.
Thank you, Gary, for your time. I really appreciate it. We're at OC Tanner, and I'm speaking to Mitzi. And we're learning about the Shingle model, and specifically the principle respect every individual. And we're focused on appreciation, and for the viewers, it's OC Tanner's recognition system. And I've asked Mitzi to share an example or a story of appreciation and what it means to her.
Okay, so the whole reason I am at OC Tanner is because of our appreciation award. So backstory, I used to be a dental assistant, loved it, but I felt like I was kind of stuck and I was never appreciated. So when I came to this company, my mom was having her 25th year anniversary, and I saw how everyone comes together and kind of shows all the examples of what it is that my mom did here at OC Tanner and did for them. So I was like, wow, why don't everybody do that, you know? So where I wasn't happy. And that day, Adam, who works here, was like, hey, why don't you come work for us? And I was like, actually, you guys do all this for your employees. Like, that's actually a good point. Why don't I come work here? So I ended up applying. And because of that, I've just felt really appreciated here. Like our culture here, everyone's very friendly. You do a lot of things within the time that you're here, so you can do as little or as much as you want. So being appreciated to me just gives you that boost of like, wow, people do care about what you do at a company or what you do for others. And our appreciation system is we can actually give people back a gift or a points or even just like a verbal, like, hey, you're doing awesome. Like, and it just makes you feel really good, I think. So just being in that environment for me has been a big life-changing experience because yes, I loved what I did before, but just having that here, it just makes it a little bit better because, you know, daily, you know, you're going to be appreciated. And every huddle, every morning, that's what we start with is an appreciation. Everyone goes through the huddle and says what they appreciated from the previous day. So I think that's very important. And I think it goes a long way to show those little appreciations.
I'm here with Dominic Lozano at OC Tanner. We're here to explore a little bit more about their recognition system, which is an appreciation system. Yep. So Dominic, tell me first of all, what is it you do here? What is your role?
I'm in the facilities team, so I do the cable infrastructure. Yeah, pretty much it.
And facilities is fully integrated in everything that we do here at
yes.
OC Tanner, including...
So a lot of the time it's more of the building maintenance, but we do the teams, we help. If anybody needs data, if there's a light out, we cover all of that stuff, plumbing. Pretty awesome.
So I bet there's a lot of opportunity for appreciation from all the groups you support.
Yep, of course.
So tell me a little bit more about OC Tanner's appreciation system. Now, you guys do appreciation awards for clients.
Yeah.
But you're also talking about an appreciation system that you use within the company.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit more about your appreciation system.
Okay, so what we do is if we feel appreciated or you get help from somebody that goes up and above and beyond, we like to appreciate that for somebody going out of the way to help you out. So,
and what are the steps for you to do that?
We go online. We use Appreciation Cloud. I believe that's what it's called. And we go on there. It gives you, do you want to send an e-card? Do you want to send 50 points? Do you want to make it a bronze or something a little bit higher if somebody goes a little bit more above and beyond?
So there's
Who
levels.
does it affect? Yeah, there's levels to it. So,
can you share an example of one that you received?
One that I received, the last one that I probably received was for doing a team move. Sometimes it's a lot of work. We have to work together as a team, and the managers realize that, and they send appreciation sometimes as well, just to thank us for the hard work that we did and the cleanup and everything else. So,
and how long ago was that?
Last one was probably about a month ago.
About a month ago. How did it make you feel?
Makes you feel great. Makes you want to keep doing a good job. You see them, you want to do a good job for them all the time, right?
So if the viewers wanted to learn a little bit about appreciation or recognition, what could you tell them about a system like that? How it's worked here? Like, what's the benefit?
Like that, it creates a great atmosphere for appreciation, boosts morale, makes you motivated to do a good job. You want to help each other out. We're all part of the same team, OC Tanner. So I really enjoy it.
Thank you for your time, Dominic.
Yep,
I really
thank you.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Today, we've taken a closer look at how the Shingo principle, respect every individual, serves as the foundation for building a thriving and innovative workplace. Through the experiences shared by Gary Peterson and the team at OC Tanner, we've seen how small, intentional actions rooted in respect can drive engagement, inspire collaboration, and foster environments where everyone feels valued. By integrating systems like appreciation, coaching, idea systems, and strategy deployment, OC Tanner has shown us how aligning these tools with the principle of respect creates a ripple effect of positive outcomes. These aren't just systems. They're pathways to unlocking the full potential of every individual and achieving sustainable success. Thank you for joining us as we explored the profound impact of the Shingo principle, respect every individual. Together, we can take these lessons and apply them to create stronger, more connected, and more empowered teams. Let's keep building a culture where respect is the driving force behind innovation and success.